Alrighty, so this is a team that definitely needs a rebuild. They've been kind of stuck for the last couple of years. The last few years they've been in, just a little bit of dismay. Things aren't going their way. So I hope you do enjoy it. We're going to be doing the Detroit Tigers rebuild. If you do enjoy it, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Honestly, I know I ask for a lot of like goals and I promise you guys double uploads and things like that. But to be honest with you guys, that's the easiest way for me to know that you do enjoy the videos, right? It's such an easy thing to do. You just hit that little like button, that thumbs up. Is for me to know you guys still enjoy the videos, you want to see some more rebuilds like this, and you want to see some more like MLB content. So hit the like button. That's the easiest way for me to know. If you're new to the channel, enjoy MLB content, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Super easy. It's a little red bar. Go and click that. Next to it, there's a bell icon. Make sure that you click that as well so you're notified whenever a video goes live. And in the comment section today, I want you to tell me one thing that you would change about the Detroit Tigers. Would you get rid of this player with this big contract? Would you bring in a different player? Let me know if you were doing this rebuild. What would be that one change, that one guaranteed change that you would do no matter what? So that's what I want to know in the comment section down below. If you missed the video yesterday, what are you doing? We did an old man rebuild. We actually uploaded twice yesterday. We did an old man rebuild and I did scouting and drafting tips because so many of you guys have been asking about that. So what I'll do is I'll leave a link to one of those videos in the top corner. Go and give it a watch. Down in the description are all social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. Go and give them a follow if you haven't yet. And let's hop into this Detroit Tigers rebuild. Let's take a look at this team, see what we can do with it. When you look at the starting pitching, Michael Fulmer, Matthew Boyd, I don't mind those two options to start. Then you got Godley, we got Xiao Ching Chang, Daniel Norris, Spencer Turnbull. So not really like, oh yeah, that's the rest of my rotation type situation. We do have Tariq Skubal and Casey Mize who are coming up that I definitely want to try to get involved in this rebuild. Jordan Zimmerman's a player I really want to get rid of. That contract is absolutely gross. I think it's like 22 million. Yeah, so it does run out at the end of the year. So even if we can't trade him, we'll be fine. The bullpen is a disaster. We 100% need bullpen arms. And then Joe Jimenez, you guys keep telling me he's the best in franchise or he's a really good pickup. And then when we picked him up, he was good and then he kind of fell off. So we'll see what we do with him. Austin Romine, Jake Rogers, okay catchers. We'll have to see how that goes. Miguel Cabrera, another contract I want to get rid of. 31 million is just too much, especially since we have CJ Cron, who may not hit for the best of average, but he's going to put up similar run production numbers. Jonathan Scope at second, I thought was a pretty good pickup for the Tigers. Third base, Jeimer Candelario, the former Cub, just really hasn't put it together yet. So it's looking like third base is an area I want to improve. Nico Goodrum at short, it's not terrible, but I don't know if he's really a shortstop for us. Maybe more of a second baseman, third base type situation. Travis Demeritte in left, I'm going to give him a couple seasons, see how it goes. Center field, definitely want to improve that spot. And then in right field, we do have Victor Reyes, who I know has played center field. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to make him our center fielder. That way he actually gets time in center field. And then we can let players like Parker Meadows possibly come up and play in right field. So that's what we're going to rock with. I know Riley Green's down here as well. Cameron Maben in right. I'm okay with that for now. Our budget is a big question mark, just under $1 million per week. That's kind of the thing that you guys don't understand with budget. It's weekly budget, not yearly budget. So if you guys want to do the math to figure out how weekly translates to the year, go call your accountant. They'll break it down for you. You'd be good to go. So we'll do that. Let's get rid of some of these big contracts. That's really what's going to slow us down, and let's figure it out. All right, I said I wanted to get a smaller contract, and it may not be the smallest of contracts, but we're going to trade Kristen Stewart and Jordan Zimmerman for Zach Britton. I guess we could try to like get someone else added to this. I just don't know who or what. Looking at the Yankees team, do I take Clint Frazier and be like, hey, let's try to get something in return? Maybe another reliever that they have kind of just sitting here, maybe like Jonathan Holder. At least that gives us a little bit of a boost in the bullpen, and I'm okay with that trade. That's not too bad. All right, we kind of need a DH, and I was looking around trying to figure out a good DH to pick up, and I was like, whoa, let's get rid of Miguel Cabrera's contract. Let's bring in Crush Davis. I feel like that, yeah, it's a big contract. If things don't work out, we can let him walk, and we can just use that money to improve the team somewhere else. We're also going to bring in the man with the mysterious monkey tail beard, Mike Fiers, and we're going to get rid of Xiao Ching Chang because he does have deep potential. So there's no point in keeping him around. He's only going to get worse. So we're going to go with this. And that's probably going to be the last trade of the season. So after those changes, this is going to be the starting rotation and the bullpen. I do really want to keep my eye on, obviously, Screwball, Mize, and Manning, because I feel like they're really going to be part of the team, probably season 3, season 4. When we look at our bullpen, you guys can see what we're rocking with here. I brought in Josh Fields on a 2-year contract, the second year being an option, just in case we, maybe he ends up being really good. And because he was in free agency, I figured we kind of do need some bullpen help. Let's see how it goes. Lineup wise, obviously I said I wanted Reyes in center. We're going to have Scope, Crone, Chris Davis, and then no other changes to the lineup really. It's going to kind of rock like this. So we'll see how it goes. Jake Rogers is 24. I might let Jake Rogers play catcher just to see if we can get him to start improving, get a little bit better, and go from there. So this is kind of the team. I think it's not a playoff team whatsoever, but it's an improvement, and we shouldn't be last. So we'll see how it goes. I'll see you guys at the draft day, and then obviously at the end of the year. All right, so the draft is over, and there's two players that I passed on that I'm kind of regretting. So let me show you those really quick, because I might trade for them because they actually look really good. So the first one was Anderson Clay, a left fielder, and I was looking at his stats, and they looked really good. It's just I had like this little feeling. I was like, man, this might not be the guy that you want, and I kind of do regret it. 74 overall, 84 potential. Looks actually really solid. The other one was Eddie Mendoza, who looks a lot better fielding. I mean, he does have some good hitting stats, but again, something about him just wasn't giving me that go and get him feeling. Plus, with my first pick, I'll show you guys why I didn't draft him. So here's our draft class, because I went with an outfielder with the very first pick of the draft, and you guys can see Nino Hernandez. Talk about a hitting outfielder with some speed. Horrible in the field. Might be more of a left fielder, but he looks really solid. Really good hitter already. I'm thinking season 3, season 4, he's 100% getting in the starting lineup, and this is going to be a good pickup for us. Cristobal Baez, 67 overall. Per nines look pretty solid already. 81 potential, not bad. We got Gabriel Baroa, who was our second round pick, since we did have a pick between first and second round for competitive balance. Gabriel Baroa looks solid, good hitting stats, decent fielder, decent speed. That's not a bad pickup. Alex Guerra, 69 overall. We got 84 potential, nice. And then David Rodriguez, 58 overall, but 84 potential. And then 76 potential for Felix Santiago. Good contact, good speed. And Sebastian Franco, 78 potential. I think this might be one of the better drafts we've ever had, and I'm liking it because some of these players are definitely getting in the lineup. So like I said, not a playoff team. Wasn't expecting to be a playoff team either. And as you guys can see the record, we're at like 62-90 or 63-90. Yeah, we're not a playoff team, and that was kind of expected. So 67-95. You know what? It's not great, and it wasn't what I was expecting. We're 28 games behind in the division. We're 26th ranked overall. We weren't even in the conversation for the wild card either, and that's fine. I'm not going to freak out about it. We didn't have any league leaders, so I'm going to go look at the MVPs and the award winners. Charlie Blackmon, that's a new one. You got Kershaw and Sale, Trout, and Blackmon with batting title winners. Scott Oberg and Aroldis Chapman were the the reliever of the years, and then Akiyama and Tsutsugo were the rookie of the years. And then looking at our bullpen, we had Fires, who pretty solid season. That's something I'm like, okay, maybe we bring you back to be that long reliever. Alex Wilson, high ERA, the whip's kind of high as well, and it's not the greatest. Same with Buck Farmer. Jonathan Holder, really solid year, 100 innings pitched. You have a 3 ERA, 1.1 whip, not bad. Josh Fields, not as good as I would have hoped. The ERA is kind of high, the whip's kind of high. So if we could get someone else to replace him, I'd be okay with that going forward. And then Zach Britton, yes, the whip is high, which is a little worrying, but 28 holds, 284 ERA. Definitely want to see that whip go down though. 1.5 is just too much. And then Joe Jimenez as a closer, really solid. There it is. I like to see that. We're just gonna keep him there as long as he does well. Michael Fulmer, whip's good. Obviously ERA is a little high, but he's our ace. We got to work with it. Whip's high for Boyd. ERA is high as well. Zach Godley, you know, kind of the same with Boyd. Daniel Norris, the whip is high, the ERA is okay, you know, pitched about 170 innings. Not terrible. If anything, we could move him to the long relief role and then just try to stock the bullpen. And Spencer Turnbull, we're not even gonna talk about it. So let's take a look at our bench, and it was pretty abysmal. You know, when you look at who we got coming up though, Parker Meadows. The thing is, we might have a little bit of a cluster in the outfield, so we're gonna have to figure something out there. Victor Reyes, 275 on base percentage of 314, 712 OPS. You know, he's gonna get better. We've used him before. He was actually a pretty solid outfielder. I have faith. Jonathan Scope, probably going to look to spend some money somewhere else. CJ Crone, kind of the same situation. I was actually a little bit better than Jonathan Scope. So we might keep Crone around just for another season. Chris Davis hit 33 home runs, so we're definitely going to keep him around, especially since I know his contract is going to get a lot cheaper. Cameron Maybin, pretty disappointing. Jake Rogers, 21 home runs actually. That's not bad. That's not bad. 22 doubles. Okay. Travis Demerit, I definitely think I might move him to right. Ooh, we'll figure something out. I was thinking about moving him to right field since we do have that prospect that's coming up who looks more like a left fielder with his 40 fielding, but we'll figure something out. Nico Goodrum, I mean, I'll give him another season. The average is a little low, but you know, the OPS is kind of okay. Definitely want it closer to 800, but we'll figure it out. And then Jeimer Candelario, I just want someone with a little bit more pop that can bring some more runs into the squad. Team, pretty disappointing overall. We definitely need to find just better players. The Dodgers defeat the Yankees. Let's keep moving forward. Did anybody retire? Ivan Nova. That's fine. So let's keep moving forward. Let's see what we can do with the exclusive negotiations. Chris Davis, I think, is going to be a good, what's it called, DH for us. Might as well keep him around. We'll rock with that. And then we're going to decline this option. Austin Romine as a backup catcher. You know what? Not a terrible thing. He wants $5 million and he still wants more after that, actually. We'll go somewhere else. And then these two. Let's go. Ooh, wow, they want some cash, huh? Well, I mean, it makes sense. We're not the greatest team, so they're going to want some money. And Jonathan Scope's going to want about 10. No thanks. We'll go somewhere else. We're gonna let the rest walk. That's the move. Let's keep moving forward. And now on the 40 man, we gotta add Skubal. Schwindel jumped up to A potential. Okay, so we'll make sure we add him. Looking at arbitration, yeah, we'll give it to everybody. Maybe not Buck Farmer. Buck Farmer is not gonna be a guy that's gonna get arbitration. And then looking at contracts, gonna give it to everybody. So we need starting pitching. If we could bring in, starting pitching is looking a little meh. So we're going to have to see if we can find maybe someone through a trade. The bullpen options kind of looking a little disappointing as well. And looking through free agency as a whole, pretty disappointing. So it's looking like we're going to have to make a lot of trades because this is bad. All right, season 2, we're going to do a trade for a bullpen arm. We're really lacking in that area. We're going to go for John Brebbia of the Cardinals for Nolan Blackwood, Brandon Dixon, and Cole Peterson. We're going to go for Emilio Pagan as well, just really going after this bullpen. Frank Schwindel, I mentioned, got to an A potential last year, so he's a big piece in this trade. There we go, another bullpen arm. All right, so those are the moves we're going to make. It's, again, we're kind of lacking in just power, I would say. Just a lot of things. And the reason is, you know, I feel like we have some really good young players that are going to develop. But looking at the team, we brought in Alex Wood. You know, we still have Boyd, Norris, Godley, and Fulmer. Mike Montgomery was another player we brought in to be a long reliever. Obviously, Holder from last year, Brebbia this year. Justin Wilson on a 2-year contract. We brought him back to Detroit. We'll see how he does. He did struggle a little bit last year, but I felt like we could use an extra lefty in the bullpen. Pagan, Britton, and then Joe Jimenez. I'm actually kind of interested. Could Pagan be a closer and then let Jimenez be the setup guy? We'll see. We'll leave it like this for now. We'll change it accordingly. And then looking at our lineup, you guys can see what we're rocking with here. Luis Renifo was available in free agency. I decided to bring him in. Albert Almora Jr. as well. For the time being, you know, we do have Parker Meadows, Nino Hernandez, Daz Cameron. We also have Riley Green, all outfielders who potentially could feature. We got Gabriel Baroa, who's gonna possibly feature. Like, we got a lot of young guys, and that's why I'm trying to find just kind of placeholders, because I feel like in a couple seasons we're gonna have a very good lineup and not a lot of open positions to put them there. So let's figure this out. So Jake Rogers at catcher, third base Isaac Paredes. For some reason the CPU called him up. I looked at his stats. I was like, they're kind of better than Jeimer Candelario's. Let's just go with Paredes, and then obviously Nico Goodrum as our shortstop for the time being, and that's what we're gonna rock with. The team looks okay. You know, I'm not like hating it, but I'm obviously not loving it either. So we'll see how it goes. This guy was also available in free agency. Cody Hose could actually probably start a couple times as well. Not too sure where, but we'll give him a shot here and there. See how things go. Let's go with this. Again, I don't expect to make the playoffs, but I have a feeling with our budget, when you take a look at it, we've got plenty to work with. 1.3 million. Zach Britton leaves this year, so we can spend that money, and I'm expecting some big name free agents to be available. Let's sim season 2. See you guys at the end of it. All right, so we were worse than last year. Not a good sign. We're not making progress. We're not. That's just not a good thing. So we're actually not even going to win as many games as we did last year, unless we somehow pull out some magicry. I don't think that's a word, but oh, actually we did win more. We think we won 2 more than we did last year. We won a nice amount of games. That's basically what I'm getting at. And again, no league leaders, pretty far back in the standings. We're spending money. You know, I've been trying to kind of let players develop. I've been letting them kind of get to the point where we don't have to spend the money. We can just use the players that we have. But this is definitely, I should have drafted him. Like, why didn't I draft this guy? This guy's insane. Holy cow. He's 81 already. He had an insane year. Oh, that's tough. That's tough. Our outfielder better be like 99. Otherwise, we're in a lot of trouble. So let's take a look at our team. Mike Montgomery, I'll probably bring him back unless we can find someone else. Holder was solid. Brebbia, okay. Justin Wilson, not so much. Pagan, not so much. Britton was good. Okay. And then Joe yeah, okay. All right. That's what I was worried about with Joe Jimenez. And then looking at our pitching, Alex Wood, I'll take that. Michael Fulmer, you know, I need better from you. Matthew Boyd, kind of the same thing. Does he become a free agent? Might let him walk. Might let him walk. Daniel Norris. We need to spend big on pitching. Do we actually? Do we? Or do we just throw the guys into the deep end, the young guys? Do we go with that? Let's take a look at our bench. Okay, Jeimer Candelario. Okay. Picking it up a little bit. I like to see that. Harold Castro as well. All right. Okay, so Victor Reyes, again, hit around 270. I like to see that. More home runs. OPS went up as well. Travis Demerit hit about 270. Okay. Improving. I like to see that. Improvements. We're getting better. That's what I like to see. Chris Davis still hit about 30 home runs. I might bring him back for one more year just to be the DH. CJ Corone, you know, not great. I'm gonna spend some money somewhere else. Luis Renifo, 300 average, 17 home runs, 30 doubles. Yes, 815 OPS. Second baseman locked. Nico Goodrum's up to an 82. Okay, improvements. I like to see that. Is it good enough though? That's the thing. We're seeing improvements, but are they good enough? You know, I don't know about that. Isaac Paredes hit 284. Okay, and Albert Almora just not good enough. So let's take a look at our farm system. So Nino Hernandez is going to be lower rated just based on the fact that his fielding is a little bit worse. I might bring him up, let him be that DH instead of Crush Davis. You know, Parker Meadows could probably be our right fielder going forward. Just put him in the majors. You know, Gabriel Baroa could probably come up too. Okay, we got some options. We got some options for sure. I kind of like what I'm seeing. Young guys coming through the ranks for sure. So the thing is, let's take a look at the Twins, right? They got this left fielder that they're playing. Where are they? As a DH. Oh, wow. He's actually just a better hitter, and that's why because his fielding is worse than the guy that we have. Do we try to trade for him? The thing is, does he replace Nino Hernandez, or do we just stick with Nino Hernandez? You know, I feel like we stick with the guy we drafted. We put faith in our youngsters, and let's go with it. So let's head into the offseason. The Twins won the World Series, so just rub it in my face even more. So that's great. Let's hop into season 3. No one retired. Miggy was with the Athletics still, and we'll just keep moving forward. Zach Britton, I'm gonna let go. I'm gonna decline this option. Daniel Norris is just, Do we put him into the long relief role? Would that be better instead of Mike Montgomery? He kind of wants a lot of money too, and he's gonna be a bullpen arm for us. I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna decline this as well. Albert Almora, I'm gonna decline that. Chris Davis, I'll accept it for now, see what we do with it. I'm gonna let the rest walk, and then let's keep moving forward, see what we do with the team. So all right, free agency time. Casey Mize definitely needs to be added. Not too sure about the rest. Looking at arbitration, not Almora, but I'll give it to the rest of the guys. Maybe not Zach Godley either. We could spend the money somewhere else. And I'm going to give contracts to everybody here because I expect them to be part of the squad at some point during this rebuild. Let's take a look at our budget, see if there's any players we have to worry about losing. Not really. And looking at the team, I'm probably going to let Godley go. He's in arbitration, right? Boyd. Do I offer it to him or do I spend the money somewhere else? I think I might spend the money somewhere else. I feel like we can get someone that's better. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see what we do. I do want to improve the bullpen as well, so maybe 1 or 2 arms there. Definitely want to improve the starting rotation. And then I want to add some power to the lineup, some pop off the bat. Maybe actually get like a true shortstop, maybe like Trevor Story or Lindor. And then I think outfield's set. I think outfield's kind of like the best area on the team. We do need a first baseman. Might need a trade for that. So we'll see what we can do. I'll see you guys for season 3. Season 3, we're making big changes to the team. Not only have I gone out to free agency, made some moves, but I definitely want to make some trades as well. So the first trade I'm going to make is for Luke Weaver. You guys can see it's Matthew Boyd, Dewell Lugo, and Daz Cameron. So the CPU drafted us Jonathan India in the Rule 5 draft. I'll actually show you that because I didn't want him, but they were like, yeah, let's pick him up. We definitely need him. So there you go. You have that as it being shown. So what I was going to do is I was like, man, we need a third baseman that I'm like, let's get him for the future. Even though this Cody Hose guy looks decent, I would rather get someone that's like elite level already. He's going to put up, 25, 30 home runs, and Rafael Devers is kind of that guy. So let's throw him in the mix. We're also going to add Albert Almora Jr. and we're going to pick up Rafael Devers, who becomes a free agent in 2 seasons. So the last year we'll just pay him stupid money to stay with us. That's going to be the trade. I looked at other players, Miguel Andujar's a potential option, and maybe Vlad, but he's going to be quite a trade. And Yohan Moncada, we got some names, and maybe even Hunter Dozier, but I don't like trading within the division. So I was like, you know what, Rafael Devers is a pretty good pickup for us. Let's get him at third base, and then that is gonna be the team. So we'll put Devers at third, right? We'll get him in the mix, and then obviously now we kind of need to fill this right field spot this year. Do we bring up Parker Meadows? Or do we go Nino Hernandez? Both the same age. What do we need? I guess we could use like a righty or a lefty in the lineup. So I mean, who's got the better? Let's go Nino Hernandez, and next year we'll bring up Parker Meadows. Let's do that. And then we'll just have a really bad fielding outfield. That's basically what it's going to come down to. So Nino Hernandez is going to get moved to the MLB level, and he's going to play right field for us, which is wild to think about that he's going to be doing that. Not really, but you know what? I have faith. We'll do, we'll just throw him into the team right away. Like, make him full-blown starter over Crush Davis, and hopefully that works. I mean, look at that team now. Look at all those improvements that players have done in the offseason. You guys can see we brought in G-Man Choi to play first base. You look at his stats for the last couple seasons. That's impressive. That's impressive. Obviously, Nino Hernandez. We got Nico Goodrum. I'm going to see how he does this year. If he doesn't do really, really, really well, I'm going to look for a new shortstop. But overall, I'm really happy with the team as it's progressing. This is one of those teams that you just got to be patient with. We've got Scooball and Mize in the mix with Wood, Weaver, and Fulmer. I'm definitely hoping that we get some big improvements with the starting rotation. Otherwise, again, I'll try to look for a better 2 in the lineup, because I think Weaver's going to be a good 3. Maybe Mize, Scooball kind of in the mix there as well. I brought back Norris, decided to make him a long reliever. Obviously, we have Brebbia, Wilson, Jimenez, Holder, Pagan, and Colome. Hopefully, everybody performs. That's going to be the key for this team, because this is a playoff caliber team for a sim style franchise. I feel like these are some players that are going to do very, very well. We just need them to perform. So I'll see you guys at the end of season 3. We made the postseason. Yes, we made the postseason. 93 and a nice amount of losses. And we're a wild card team. Okay, I told you we're a postseason team. We just need to get a little bit of luck. We got to have people perform. We were 10.5 games out in the division, but I'm assuming we got the second wild card spot. Yeah, so we're 18th in baseball now. We're making our way up, and we do have a league leader, Nino Hernandez, with 42 stolen bases. Love to see it. We'll take a look at the other league leaders this time just to kind of see maybe there's someone that we could try to sneak into our team, get a trade going or something. Maybe there was a player on our team that just wasn't doing good enough that we need to replace. Nino Hernandez was there. We'll take a look at his season as a whole in a second. But the Padres offered me Cal Quantrill this year, and I declined it. And I probably maybe should have taken it. Holy cow, Yancy Almonte, 16-0. Okay, what? Interesting. So rookie of the year was Scooball, and we had another award winner, and we'll find it out in a second as we go through it. You guys can see everything here. It was a Gold Glove, I would assume, since I didn't see any other like kind of major award for us. So looking at our pitching staff, Michael Fulmer had a pretty solid year, his best since we started this. Alex Wood has been fantastic for us since we picked him up. Luke Weaver, yikes. You know, Casey Mize, fantastic, love to see that. And then Scooball, pretty similar to what Weaver was. So, you know, maybe these guys just develop over the offseason and have a really good year next year. Daniel Norris seems like he fits that long relief role a lot better, so we're gonna leave him there. Brevia was fantastic. Justin Wilson probably not coming back. That whip's just way too high. Joe Jimenez, you know, the whip dropped, which is good to see because last year he had what, 1.4, dropped the whip. The ERA dropped as well compared to last year. Okay. Jonathan Holder, okay, I'll take that. Pagan, whip is so low, gotta love it. 35 holds. And Colome, who we brought in during the offseason, yes, perfect. Love to see that. Pitching has definitely stepped itself up. Looking at our bench, it was all right. You know, it looks like Baroa was called up, and this guy was signed in free agency. I'll show you guys next year that I signed him in free agency because I don't think I mentioned that in the kind of like off-season recap type situation. Parker Meadows is probably going to be our right fielder going forward, which means what do we do with Demerit or Nino Hernandez, or does Victor Reyes leave? What's the situation here? Oh boy, or maybe just Meadows is that backup option for the time being, because like Victor Reyes is hitting the ball really well. Home runs are going up, RBIs, doubles, you know, the average, like he's having good years. Luis Ranifo, 262, so it's not bad. The power numbers did go up a little bit though, so that's good. G-Man hit 282 with the solid 24 home runs. Okay, 864 OPS. Crush Davis, in probably his last year with the team, had a killer year. Gotta love it. You know, you had Devers who hit 25 home runs. That's what I was looking for. 283 average, 806 OPS. I'm kind of interested to see what we traded away. It doesn't even look like he made the MLB squad. He didn't. Wow. Okay. So interesting. So we'll go back to our team, see how the rest of the squad is looking. Travis Demerit. Yeah, he only hit 250, but he's still hitting around the teens for the home runs. So, I mean, I'm still happy with like the way he's looking. Nino Hernandez, 19 home runs, 10 triples, 34 doubles, 308 average, 892 OPS with 42 stolen bases. How is he not rookie of the year? That was a crazy year. Jake Rogers, I mean, we could go after like a really good catcher. Maybe that's an option for this offseason. And I'm definitely going to be looking for a new shortstop. Nico Goodrum's just not cutting it. Overall, very happy with the team. We're definitely making strides in the right direction. Let's get through this postseason and let's really push. Did I play a game or did I quick manage this game? Now I'm starting to think that I didn't quick manage it. All right, perfect. So here we go. Let's get into it. Season 4 is really going to be that year where we need to make some moves. So heading against or going against Shane Bieber, it's going to be a tough matchup. They have Whit Merrifield. That's a new name. Javi Baez to replace Lindor. Obviously not Lindor, but that's a good replacement for sure. Let's keep going. And kind of a quiet game. Three innings so far, only 4 hits, couple base runners here and there, but yeah, it's pretty quiet so far. Can we get the bats going? I feel like Okay, okay. Nino Hernandez couldn't come up in the clutch. Ooh. Nico Goodrum goes deep, though. He's like, please don't let me leave. Don't replace me. I need my spot in the team. And so far, so good. I'm going to take out Fulmer here. I'm going to go to Pagan. Hopefully he shuts the door. Domingo Santana goes deep and makes it 2-1. So against Brad Hand, can we do it? We do. We steal second. We got a guy in scoring position. And that's the game. Okay, that's tough. That's tough. We get knocked out in our first playoff appearance. The Dodgers defeat the White Sox, and let's keep going. Let's keep going. We got one more year. We're spending money. Michael Fulmer, you know what? You improved. I'll throw you some cash. I definitely want to spend the money. I'm gonna let those two guys go, and Chris Davis and Justin Wilson. Daniel Norris exercised his option. That's fine. We'll bring him back to be that long reliever. Let me take a look at our budget. Around $3.8 million, which means looking at our team, it might be a situation where we just bring everybody back. You know, we look at our 40-man, probably not anybody there, but let's bring everybody back, right? Looking at our options at shortstop, you know, maybe Dansby Swanson didn't really play a lot last year. Trey Turner looks decent as well. Or like we could just go Tim Anderson, play it. Ooh, he fell off a little bit too. We could do a trade for a shortstop is what I'm trying to say, because I don't want to spend a crazy amount of money on a shortstop and then maybe spend the money on someone like a Wilson Contreras, like spend the big money on a really good catcher, which is he's really the only option. Because like looking at the rest, we don't need a third baseman. Our second base spot, Renifo's been pretty solid, and I feel like there's no point in trying to replace that. Our outfield is stacked, and then, I mean, I guess we, you know, maybe bring in a bullpen arm, you know, like Carlos Estevez. Struggled a little bit. Okay, so maybe we just bring in a bullpen arm. I feel like the starting rotation is really strong. Don't want to change that. So just shortstop and catcher. Let's make some moves. Final season. Let's make these trades. Let's get into it. Yohan Lopez for Heimer Candelario and Pedro Martinez Jr. That's one trade. So we'll take a look at our team really quick. You guys can kind of see this is what we're looking like. Alex Guerra, the guy we drafted in season 1, is going to get the call. He's going to join the bullpen. We are missing out on somebody. Where did Joe Jimenez is in free agency? That's why, or not free agency, AAA. That's why I thought I was missing a pitcher, because Joe Jimenez was down there. We didn't need Lopez. That's a mistake on my part. The thing is, Joe Jimenez has been so rough since the first year. What if we trade him as part of a package deal to get maybe a really good shortstop, maybe a really good catcher? So let's go out and let's try to get a really good shortstop or catcher. All right, I always see this guy grow to just 80s, 90s. Davey Grullon, obviously of the, I think the Phillies, or maybe, obviously the Phillies based on his picture, but like he hit 28 and 31 home runs the last couple years. Let's take a shot with him. Jake Rogers and Joe Jimenez. And then I still want a shortstop. Let's go do that. All right, so I said I signed that Jared Frost guy in the second offseason, going into the third, I think it was. Jared Frost, Riley Green, and Nico Goodrum for Gleyber Torres, who's now 26. But I'm going all out. If this was a long-term rebuild, I would hold on to Riley Green to potentially take over for Victor Reyes in a couple seasons. But since we do have quite a young outfield as is, Riley Green being traded to win now for Gleyber Torres, I'm so down with that. Let's take a look at our lineup now. Obviously, Gleyber Torres is going to hop straight into that shortstop spot. He's going to move up in the lineup. Davey Grullon, I'm fine with him sitting a little bit lower in the lineup. But look at that lineup now. Adding Gleyber, you got Victor Reyes leading off the switch hitter, Rafael Devers, Nino Hernandez, Ji-Man Choi, Luis Rengifo. Not a lot of power. So I guess we could use a little bit of pop in the lineup, but you know what? I like this team a lot. I really do. This is a good team that we've put together. Financially, I still think we're pretty safe. The more I think about it, I'm still gonna talk to you guys while I set this up, obviously, because I want this lineup to look exactly how I want it. Ooh, Parker Meadows has got a little bit of pop versus righties, so let's make him the DH versus righties. Boom. Where is he? Right here. that's fine with me. This is the team. It looks really good. I'm liking it. I think we should definitely make quite a push to win some games here. This is a solid team. I mean, look at that. Travis Demerit's a little bit low. Why is he so low? He's an everyday guy. His contract's causing him some problems. He can man up for a little bit. This is our bullpen. I think we've definitely strengthened this team. We've let some young players come up the ranks as well. In Mize, Skubal, Guerra. We have Nino Hernandez. Oof, this team looks nice. Look at that. That's a solid looking team, and we're well within budget. Daniel Norris becomes a free agent after this year. Hit or miss, you could bring him. Same with Colome. Devers, I would try to bring back. Maybe Luke Weaver, Pagan, G-Man Choi. There's definitely, some players you could let walk, get cheaper options in. But for the most part, this team's looking really, really good. I like it. I want to see where we rank standings-wise. 14th, that's a lie. We're winning the World Series this year. All right, September time, and we're almost at 90 wins. I'm loving that. And I think we have the division. I haven't seen the White Sox lineup in a little, or record in a little bit. We're about to see it here as I just missed it. I think we won the division. I mean, we won 107 games. Oh yeah, 107-55, won the division, taking on the winner of the wild card. Love to see that. We're 9th in baseball now. We may not have the best defense or the most power, but we're a very solid team. We're the best in baseball. The best in baseball based on wins and losses. Gleyber Torres and Rafael Devers, even G-Man Choi getting in on that league leading action. And then Emilio Pagan had the most saves. So let's take a look, see how everybody did. And I mean, some what you'd expect from kind of the league leaders around the league. Gleyber Torres with the most home runs, Devers with the most RBIs. So it's looking like our offense really took a step up in the right direction. Love to see that. Looking at pitching, Michael Fulmer was right behind the league leader for wins. When we take a look at losses, I didn't see anything there, but Pagan had the saves. Love it. Award winners, Gleyber Torres was MVP. Talk about a clutch trade. We also have the MVP for the NL, which was Suarez. Cy Young went to DeGrom and Severino. LaStella and Jesse Winker were the batting title winners. Reliever of the year was Winkler and Buttry. And then we have Wander Franco and Mackenzie Gore for Rookie of the Year. Let's take a look at our team, because I have a feeling some things went really well. Daniel Norris really needs to be a long reliever. That was perfect for him. Holder, unbelievable year. So happy that we picked him up during this rebuild. Same with John Brebbia. Outstanding years from those two. Alex Guerra in his first season, fantastic. 1.2 whip, ERA just under 4. I'll take that from the rookie who's up to a 78. Alex Colome had quite the year as well. Great bullpen additions for once. Like, we actually had a bullpen that did very well, and the players that we picked up did well. Yohan Lopez, talk about a setup man doing his job. Yes. And then Emilio Pagan, league leading with the saves, blew 7, so we could have had even more, which is wild to think about. Michael Fulmer, the ERA is high, but the whip is quite low. Like to see that. Luke Weaver, probably going to move him down in the rotation. Just didn't really pan out like we would have hoped. Maybe more of a 5 in the rotation. Same with Alex Wood. He's probably going to be our 4. We got Casey Mize. I mean, pretty similar from these guys, and you got Skubal, who's kind of the same. So we kind of have a lot of younger. We got the Mize and Skubal combo, who they're young, they're developing, they're only going to get better. And then Alex Wood and Weaver, kind of the veterans in the lineup. As I say that, Weaver's 29. We still got Fulmer, who just turned 30, about to turn 30. I still like this rotation. We have Matt Manning, who's like on the cusp of being called up. Cristobal Baez, we drafted him season 1. He's on the verge of being called up. Like, we still got some good pitchers in this farm system. I'm really liking it. Looking at our bench, Paredes was great off the bench in 52 appearances. Pinto wasn't bad. Renifo kind of was that platoon second baseman. Policelli and Felix Santiago. So it looks like the CPU called up a few players and maybe sent down somebody. Maybe Harold Castro was sent down. I can't remember now, but okay, not terrible. Victor Reyes hit almost 300 as our leadoff hitter. That's a good year. 41 doubles, 16 stolen bases. Yes. Gleyber was the MVP. So 46 home runs, 11 RBIs in the 2 spot? I'm pretty sure he was in the 2 spot all year. Oh yeah. He was in the 2 spot, had 111 RBIs. Devers, 35 home runs with 119 RBIs. Big moves from us. Nino Hernandez. I am so happy we drafted him instead of that left fielder from the Twins. I'm going to go look at his stats anyways because I want to see where he is. Is he even playing? He's on the bench. Is he a bad player? No, he's actually putting up still pretty good numbers, but we made the right decision. Nino Hernandez is the truth. He is insane. Another 300 year, 907 OPS, 27 home runs, 42 doubles, 34 stolen bases. This guy is going to be unbelievable. Talk about a draft pick. G-Man Choi getting in on the action. 115 RBIs, 34 home runs, a 309 average. Parker Meadows, you know what? First season, he's going to develop as well. Our outfield looks fantastic. We got Nino in left. Center, we're going to have Victor Reyes, Parker Meadows in right. Solid. Demerit as our platoon option. I'll take that all day as I accidentally back out. Gabriel Baroa playing second base for us. The average isn't there just yet, but he's only 22. He's going to get better, kind of like Gleyber Torres. He's only 22. Then we got Davy Grullon, who, you know what? I'm cool with that. 20 home runs, 77 RBIs. I will take that for a catcher. He's not going to be that all-star, like MLB's best catcher, but he's going to give us runs. He's going to do his job. I'm very happy with our lineup. Holy cow. This team is actually pretty solid. Going against our divisional rival, and we get by him. Perfect. So Luke Weaver, you are not facing Blake Snell. Sorry, bud. We're just not gonna let that happen. And we'll go like this and see how it goes against the Rays now. And we advance into the World Series against the Reds. Luis Castillo, Michael Fulmer, we get the loss. That's tough. Casey Mize versus Clevenger, we get another loss. We get that win though. Come on, let's get this. Oh, we're actually facing elimination. We can't just hop into this one. We need to make sure we win. We cannot get eliminated from the World Series. We're gonna throw in Michael Fulmer. We've got our full lineup. Let's see how we go. Tony Santillan on the mound for them. They've got Anderson. That's a new one. Aaron Judge. Woo. Talk about Akiyama goes deep. Talk about an addition though. First and second, one out. We got to get a run here. Couldn't do it. That's tough. We need to score in those situations like these right here. We got to score, and we don't. So that's two back-to-back innings with runners in scoring position, and we don't take advantage of it. Make that 3 in a row. They're going to win because they're taking advantage of their opportunities. Victor Reyes goes deep, ties the game. That's what I'm talking about. We're still in it. I love to see it. There we go. We're getting these hits. We're just not taking advantage of them. You know, there we go. Gleyber comes in the clutch, gives us that 2-1 lead. Michael Fulmer starting to kind of get in a rhythm. Feel it. Bases loaded for Michael Fulmer. Do we pull him or do we keep him going? We're going to keep him going. One more inning. There we go. Love it. Victor Reyes. Somebody do something. G-Man, I need you here. I need you here. Flies out. All right. 8th inning. We're going to take him out. We're going to go to a lefty. We'll go Daniel Norris. Boom. 1-run scores. That was tough. Tie ball game heading into the 9th. Demerit versus Kunal? What is that name? Grullon. Baroa gets on. We're going to pinch hit. We're going to go Renifo, and he gets out. So we gotta get through this. Let's go column A. And come on, column A. Get us out of this. Against Moustakas. We don't have another lefty. He gets out of it. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. A walk. That's big. Double play, though. Oh, a triple. Devers. 2-run home run. That's what I'm talking about. That was big. Let's go to our closer, Pagan. And you're going to shut the door. We're still in it. Perfect. We're still in it. Let's go to the next game. Obviously, they're going to have Luis Castillo on the mound. That's going to be a tough matchup for us. But I have faith in the squad. We're home. We're going to go Casey Mize. Ooh, wait, hold on. You know who's having a good... We'll go Casey Mize. We'll save Scooball because he's a little tired. I don't want to have a super tired pitcher out there. That was a tough start. We got Gleyber on third. Can we get this run in? We don't. We got to take advantage of those opportunities, especially down 3 early on in the game. We got to apply the pressure. First and second, 1 out. We got to score with runners in scoring position. We can't just keep leaving ducks on the pond. You know what I'm saying? So there we go. Victor Reyes, he gets us on the board finally. And Casey Mize, I really don't want to take him out just yet, but it's looking like I'm going to have to. I think that's tough because I wanted him to get through at least the 6th. And Didn't happen. We're down 4. We're in a tough spot, and we're kind of in trouble here. We're in trouble. We're in trouble. Basically, what it comes down to. And we got one more inning after this. If we don't take advantage of this one, there's one, but we're still down 5 runs. So that's kind of a big issue. So here it comes down to this. Davy Grullon is up. There's 1 runner. Okay, second and third for Glaber. For Devers, 1 run scores. Nino. And that's our season. We did make it to the World Series, just wasn't able to win it. So I'll take it. G-Man is the playoff MVP, and I'm pretty happy with the team overall. Like, we made the World Series. That's a step in the right direction. We're making good strides. We'll check out everyone's postseason, performance. Not terrible. Wasn't bad at all. Pretty happy with the way the offense played. Nino went a little cold during his playoff debut, but I'm fine with that. For the most part, very happy with the team. Very happy with what we were able to do. We still got quite a budget to work with going forward. We've got a killer squad, and I hope you did enjoy this Detroit Tigers rebuild. If you did, hit that thumbs up down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and enjoyed the content. And as always, guys, get in the comment section. Let me know what you would have done with this Detroit Tigers team to make them a World Series champion. Other than that, guys, I'm going to leave 2 videos on screen now, as I normally do. Go check them out if you haven't seen either of them, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.